I.S.U.P.K.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right, the Lord thy God has chosen thee to have a special people unto himself. Read on.
Above all people.
Above all people.
That are upon the face of the earth.
That are upon the face of the earth. That's right. Brother, you can go ahead and give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 1. Now that we understand that God has a special people that are above all nations, we have to understand that these special people, these so-called Israelites, the Jews, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they have a responsibility. And we're going to learn what that responsibility is in just a moment. That, brother, where you got it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel.
Right, Moses is with the elders of Israel.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Right, so Moses is with the elders of Israel. The elders of Israel were the wise men back then. And he said, he commanded what?
People say, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Right, so he gave us an order. Moses and the elders of Israel gave those children of Israel, commanded them, meaning an order to do what?
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Right, keep a few commandments.
Keep all the commandments.
That's right. Right, to keep all the commandments. So our duty, as the blacks, the Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are to keep God's commandments.
That's right.
Follow his commandments.
That's right.
Now we're going to understand what we do, what will happen if we keep the Lord's commandments. Let's get the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. So, as the brother just read, we have a duty to withhold, as the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans here in this earth, then and now, to keep the Lord's commandments.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right. So this is talking about the blessings that the Lord will give us for obeying Him. So the Lord already gave us what we're supposed to do, keep His commandments. So it comes with rewards for doing what the Most High God told you. Now we got to understand, some of our people today, when they have some of these blessings, they might have a car, they might have a what are some of the things that they give us today? Jewelry, big chains. But we got to understand, those things are nice to have, but we also got to understand Satan gives those blessings too. But the Most High will give you righteous blessings of the land. But we have to make sure that we're doing something specific. And what do we have today is our... And what we have today is crumbs. And it shall come to pass, right? Meaning that it shall happen. It is a prophecy. Read on.
Verse 2. And all these if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
Right, so we got to make sure that we're hearkening, which means to listen, diligently, which means with effort, unto the voice of the Lord thy God. What is the voice of the Lord thy God? These scriptures that's coming out today. We got to make sure that we're doing what the Most High God says. If so, we will receive his blessings. Read on.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right. Now the Lord thy God is going to give us the blessing by setting us above high above all the nations of the earth.
Right.
If we did what he said.
Right.
All we had to do was just listen to the Most High God. Now, what happens if we do not listen to the Most High God? What happens? We're going to find out. Brother, if you can give me, drop it on down to 15. Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. We're going to find out what happens if we don't listen to the Most High God.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right. Meaning, if you do not, it will come to pass. It is a prophecy that if you do not listen to the Most High God, listen to his voice, what's going to happen?
So observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so we need to observe. Observe means to watch and to do, to apply all his commandments. But if we don't, what's going to happen?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, all these curses are going to come upon thee and overtake thee. Now let's take a moment and think about that for a moment. What are some curses that we see in our people today? They don't know who they are according to the Bible. This is how you can find out who the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans are. They're walking to and fro. They do not know who they are according to this Bible.
That's right.
They're out of their mind. They're on drugs. They don't even know who their identity is. They know every other philosophy except their own.
That's right.
We don't know our identity, Salakia. We were destroyed by our oppressors. Because of these curses that we get, the Most High God has put these on us for not listening. Let's read that from the top.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, and look at what's going on with us today. What is the condition of our people? What is the condition of the ghettos and the barrios and the reservations? Have you seen the condition of those neighborhoods? Guess what? The Most High God has done that. Now, are we cursed or are we blessed?
Right.
Right. So this is what we get for not listening to the Most High God and keeping his commandments. That was our punishment for not listening to the Most High God. Now there's more. Brother, if you can go ahead and drop down to 16.
Verse 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Now we know every time that we go into the city, what happens with our people? They do not like our people in those cities or areas. They try to get us out of those areas. Right, what type of jobs do the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have in those cities? Are we right? Are we the owners or are we the servers? Do we make the money or do we just wash the dishes? Who cleans the streets?
Right.
The blacks, the Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's how we're cursed in the city. Read on.
Verse 17, cursed shalt thy basket and thy store. Verse 18, verse 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right, cursed shalt thou be in the field. Right, now how we curse in the field? Now we know back in the day, our people used to pick cotton in the cotton fields, in the sugarcane fields. But today, we're still cursing the field. We don't own anything. We slave night and day just to make ends meet so we can pay our bills every single day. Why is that? Because we are cursed. We are cursed in the city and in the field. And it's going to stay that way until these curses get off of us.
Right.
And until we start listening to the Most High God and doing what He says.
We want